The floor to enter into executive session to discuss, thought my mic was on. To discuss the appointment of a particular person and pending litigation. Invited in is Ms. O'Grady Parent. All those in favor? Aye. Good evening, everyone. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, it is our public input on agenda and non-agenda items. I welcome any member of the audience to speak at this time. Okay. All right, Mr. Carmelo, you want to provide your update?
Thank you very much. So we've been giving a superintendent update every meeting about the Wine and Skill merger / annexation. And so as you know from the last update, March 31st vote was passed. And so we're moving forward. And at this point, we were just, when one of my slides will say, we're just waiting on the commissioner's proclamation. And we received that today. So I'd like to read it. In the matter of the dissolution of the Wine and Skill Union Free School District, Rensselaer County, and the annexation of the territory thereof to the City School District of the City of Troy, Rensselaer County. Appearing that it is in the best educational interest of the community that Wine and Skill Union Free School District, Rensselaer County be dissolved, and that the territory included within the boundaries of said district be annexed to the City School District of the City of Troy, Rensselaer County. Now therefore, under and pursuant to the provisions of Article 31 of the Education Law, it is hereby ordered that Wine and Skill Union Free School District in the town of North Greenbush be and the same hereby is dissolved, and that the territory included within the boundaries of said district as heretofore established and organized be and the same hereby is annexed to the City School District of the City of Troy, Rensselaer County. Further, pursuant to provisions contained in Section 1524 of the Education Law, this order shall take effect on July 1st, 2027, except all qualified voters of Wine and Skill Union Free School District shall be deemed qualified voters of the City School District of the City of Troy upon the date of this order becomes final as approved above. In witness whereof, I, Betty Rosa, Commissioner of Education of the State of New York, for and on behalf of the State Education Department, do hereunto set my hand and affix the seal of the State Education Department at the City of Albany this 5th day of May, 2026. We received that today, which we expected it to be July 1st, 2027, but now it's official from the commissioner. So really, really good news.
Congratulations. All right, Mr. DeNovo with the March financials.
Tonight's agenda contains the March Treasurer reports. Fiscal year-end projections are still holding steady with no changes from the previous month. The picture will become much clearer for April's report. In the next few days, I'll be scheduling the rest of the debt service payments for the rest of the year. Once we get through the budget vote and it's certified, we will proceed with closing and rolling purchase orders to the next fiscal year and begin to gear up for our fiscal year-end processes. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Carmelo, our budget hearing.
Excellent. Thank you. So tonight's the budget hearing. We're also, this week and next, going around to the parent groups for our budget presentations. We have Carol Hill on Monday. We have School 18 tomorrow, and the rest of them are next week. I sent those dates and times to the board last week. If you're available and want to hear this again, come on in. The Troy City School District will provide a strong educational and social foundation to graduate all students college and career ready. You know that we start that every presentation with that mission statement. That's what we're here doing each and every day. And this budget, really excited about this budget. This budget is going to allow us to really continue in that regard. There's our district achievement highlights. Remember, that's really just the 3 through 8 state assessments, which are actually going on this week. And a couple weeks ago was ELA, this week is math. We expect those results to continue to improve each and every year. I'll get to a slide later on where I brag about all the things going on, but this really is really great stuff. So that was from our Mr. Stiles and I's presentation a few months ago. Really all great stuff happening in the district. We're committed to building on those successes, doing what's necessary to continue to improve and grow as a district. And we've developed a budget that will allow us to meet the needs of all of our students, help to ensure that each student has the necessary tools to succeed. We've once again done that in a fiscally responsible way. So there's the budget that we agreed on. You approved that budget, the board did, on the April 15th meeting, 146, 348, 609. Proud to have developed a budget that is certainly fiscally responsible and educationally sound. The fiscal responsible piece is right there. Another 0% tax levy increase. On the right side there is our tax levy increase over the last 10 years. Even before this zero, you see there's 5 zeros in that last 10 years. And then with this coming zero, we're talking about 6 zeros and that's a total increase there of 7% over that time. Less than 1% a year. And really, I said yesterday or Monday at the Carroll Hill one, I think I said it here before, I don't know if any district is doing fiscally responsible as well as we are doing it. And now with the merger money coming, it'll just be even easier. Our tax cap we talked about during our budget presentations was 2.23. That would have given us another $862,000 in revenues, but we didn't need to because we ended up going out at zero. We've been under the tax cap for the last 14, always mindful of our overburdened taxpayers, and we have been conservative, strategic with our choices through our attrition plan over the last couple of years and always looking for other funding sources. And educationally sound. So this budget is going to allow us to maintain all of those things. So I wrote some of them down, but I think I remember what I wrote. But I'm going to brag a little bit on this slide because this budget, with a 0% tax levy increase, still allows us to maintain all the great things we're doing. So the great quality instructional programs, the programs that are allowing those highlights to happen, right? Pre-K through 12, all maintained, right? The programs that allow our graduation rate to be in the high 80s and to have hit 90 a few years ago. And Mr. Monk promises me we're going to do that again. All those programs are still here in this thing. Everything that we're doing is maintained in this budget. The small class sizes, especially at the elementary level. At the elementary level, we're averaging 16 to 17 per class, right? Really great numbers. There are a few bubbles that we take care of, but really it's pretty consistent across all buildings and across grade levels that we're in the mid to high teens. Really great numbers for individual and attention for the students. Crucial support services for our students, including and maybe especially social emotional supports. We have in every school we have 4 social emotional workers. So a counselor, a couple of social workers, and a school psychologist at every single school. And then obviously at the middle school and high school, it's even more than that. Mr. Stiles added it up for me. What did it end up being? 42? 42 social emotional staff district-wide, right? It wasn't that long ago where we had no social workers even in the whole district, right? And done a great job, and thank you to the board for supporting that along the way. When COVID came and post-COVID, we really talked about the mental health and emotional needs of our students and our staff coming out of that, and so we've really, you've allowed us to put our money where our mouth is, and so we have great supports in all of our buildings, and they all remain in this budget. I always brag about our extensive advanced placement in college and high school courses. We're up to 27 of those courses. We have 3 new ones, forensics, college algebra, and college English. And we're going to add an AP business next year. So we continue to get better. We continue to try to add things for our students. Last year's graduating class, Mr. Morgan, I'm not sure if you did it this year yet. I don't want to put you on the spot, but last year's graduating class, 2,280 college credits among them, with some upwards of mid-30s to 40. In fact, I found out yesterday we have a junior that's already at 60. We're projected to be 60 when she graduates. Insane. Did you let this year's graduates yet? It'll be in the same ballpark. We're talking about over 2,000 for several years ago. Really, really great stuff. Again, we have great partnerships with Hudson Valley, UAlbany, and others. And I don't know if there's a high school around that has as many college credits that we give out each and every year. Our extracurricular clubs and activities, always something for every kid, every interest, from sports to the new ones we added were the gaming club and Dungeons and Dragons club and a walking club. Those are just things that were added recently. Again, always trying to reach more and more kids. In this section, I also always brag about our masterminds team. They're so great. Actually, been undefeated season, our masterminds. That's our trivia team. Undefeated for the last 4 seasons, haven't been beat. And then they're going to go down to Atlanta again, Memorial Day weekend, I believe it is, for the national tournament. Which they do very well in that as well. Our elementary after-school program is maintained in this. Besides the academic program for kids that need a little extra support, we have karate, lacrosse, soccer, basketball, and flag football in every single one of our elementary schools. Every day after school, something is going on in our elementary schools. And that's one of the things we bragged about to Governor Dickinson. When that merger happens, those same programs will be over there for their 4th and 5th graders as well. Our athletic programs, always proud of our sports programs. Our football team made it to the Super Bowl this year. Our girls basketball team made it to the sectional finals. Our girls volleyball team was undefeated for the regular season. We have a golfer and a swimmer that both were state qualifiers. Just really, really great accomplishments throughout our athletic programs. And our spring season is going great, and we expect some more successes as those seasons wind down. Our music and art programs, our select course at the high school sang at Radio City Music Hall this year. The middle school play was Little Mermaid Jr. The high school musical was Charlie Brown. If you've been to them, you see the talent that we have in our music and theater departments. Our art is on display still right now at the Art Center. Some really great, artists at Troy High School, and actually the Art Center has kindergarten on up, so it's really, really great to see the wide range of art that's at the Art Center. If you haven't been down there, you should go. And our strong partnerships with our community organizations, trade unions. I wrote down Regeneron as the main one for our partnership with some businesses for our local trade unions, especially with the new tech wing that's going to be up starting in September. We have partnerships with carpenter unions and all the local trade unions to start doing apprenticeships, official apprenticeships and internships, and a really, really great pathway for some of our students to get out of school and start making a really great salary right off the bat. So that's a great slide for me. Again, this is our 3 through 8 assessment highlights, but this one really talks about every single thing that we got in this budget, even with a 0% tax levy increase, maintains all of that stuff. What are our additions? So our additions are, one is the 5-year contract, new 5-year contract with Student Transportation of America, STA. We had the RFP out, and they're the ones that won it. Really looking forward to that. We're going to have all brand new buses, all with air conditioning. It's going to be a company that we're really looking forward to. Mr. Otung's had many, many meetings and conversations with them already. We're really excited about what they're going to offer us next year. Some expanded special ed supports. These were tier 1 requests from either our principals or our special ed department. Most of them are in that range. We have a self-contained class that's starting at school 14 based on some of our younger kids' needs. That also will be the speech therapist, why that happened. 2 secondary, so that's 1 at the middle school, 1 at the high school, and the secondary TA that's at the middle school. And then our attendance liaisons, we've had them for a long time now, and they're really pretty impactful on helping students, developing relationships with students and families. Up till now, 16 and 18 have shared one, but with this budget, we're going to have 1 in each. Then the annexation with the Wine and Skill district. So I just read the proclamation, so this is old news for almost everybody here, but in August, our board and their board approved the feasibility study. We had multiple community forums and stakeholder meetings. The feasibility study showed that the annexation would result in positive benefits to both districts and communities. And there was a vote on March 31st that passed. After the positive vote, we passed a resolution approving it, and then we sent all that to SED. And then you see that 5th bullet. We're waiting the final order of the commissioner. We got that today, so that's good news. We can update that slide for my, you already did it. And we anticipated we're July 1st, so we don't have to say that. It is going to be the official start date. The incentive aid, as you know, is $241, and I think I've said now, probably a little bit higher than that even now we've heard. It's great news for students, staff, and community. It's actually outstanding news. The future is bright. Probably should put 5 exclamation points there. It is really, really going to be so great for mainly the students, but for everybody involved. Because that July 1st, 2027, there's a lot of work that we have to do. We need to plan for a seamless integration. That's cover centralization, students and staff, but that's all the records, all the data systems, all the operations. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, all the contracts, everything that's happening. We met over there, Mr. Stiles and I met with the principal today, just talking about school day times, special ed supports, who's doing the annual reviews next spring for the following year. There's so many little things involved that the 14 months seems like a long time, but we have a lot of stuff to do in that 14 months. And looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting work to do, but there's going to be a lot to do. So we asked for $1 million in this budget, and thank you to the board for that. That'll help us do all that 3rd bullet stuff. And then we also added a few things. So we're going to add an instructional coach. Our buildings all have at least 2 instructional coaches at the elementary level, and then 3 at the middle school. So we're going to start that program and kind of phase it in over at Gardner-Dickinson this year to get ready. And then we talked last meeting about re-implementing, bringing back the co-teach model, which was so impactful for us with the COVID money a few years ago. And we don't want to be hiring them all at once, so we're going to phase that in over the next few years. It is an evolving process. It is new and unique, something that none of us have done before. And so we also may be coming back with some additional positions as we figure out what is needed. Capital reserve, really more important than ever now. So remember, we have a lot of capital projects that happen around here. I just talked about the tech wing. That's phase 5 of that huge capital project, $56 million. We have 5 phases to it. That's the final phase. We have the $40+ million one that's out there that's currently going on as well. All of them we do without impacting the taxpayers. And so there's 2 ways to do that. Transfer to capital, which we've done a couple of times, or capital reserve, which we've done a couple of times. So we talked to you about this during the budget development process, but the community will vote on just establishing that reserve. And now that our aid ratio is going to be 98% for the next 10 years, we have to do it. It's almost free money, right? So it'll allow us to do capital projects with no additional cost to taxpayers. We'll fund it up to $6 million over that 10 years. That $6 million, because of the 98% aid ratio, will allow us to do $300 million in capital projects. And that'll be all of our buildings, as well as the Gardner-Dickinson building. And we really only have to get the vote in within that 10 years to get the 98%. So right now the plan is to plan next year, get a vote in the fall of that first year of the merger of 27, and then do another one 3 or 4 years later vote, and then another one right in that 9th, 10th year, so that we can take advantage of that 98%. Again, really, that means for every $100,000 we spend, we only have to come up with $2,000. It's really an unbelievable opportunity for us to have state-of-the-art buildings throughout our district. So for this reserve, the public is just going to be voting on establishing that reserve. There's no tax increase involved in it or anything. It's just establishing it, and then we'll put aside any extra monies as they happen throughout the year. I didn't even want to put that slide in, but you have to. So if the budget gets voted down, you can put it up for a revote or adopt the contingency contingency budget, excuse me. If it gets voted down twice, you have to go to contingency. We've had contingencies here. If you've been on the board long enough, you remember them back in 08, 09, I believe it was, in 9, 10. It's bad for the district. It's bad for any district. You have to have a 0% tax levy increase, which we're already doing. But there are certain restrictions on things you can and cannot buy and things you can and cannot do. We would have to come up with $1 million in reductions in our budget, even though it's already zero, because of the rules and restrictions on it. Certainly not interested in doing anything like that, so hopefully that's nothing we have to worry about. We are committed to continue the positive trend of improved student performance, ensuring we meet the needs of all of our students. We could not be more excited about the future of the school district. Again, only one exclamation point. There's our locations. We have a new system where we use the iPad. It's been really, really smooth. Assuming that we'll have another smooth voting situation. And that concludes the vote. Questions, comments?
Do we as a district have influence on the language that goes into the voting ballot around the establishment of the reserve? Do we write that, or is that?
Yeah, well, we write it with our bond council, right?
Right, it's somewhat
Standard
general,
language.
It is.
somewhat general standard language because it's large and all encompassing.
Right.
You know, some districts will say, you know, for a roof or something that specific, ours is much more general because for much larger projects, so it has to be.
And we want the flexibility.
Right,
Afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the general public understands it and doesn't vote it down because it sounds
Yeah, well-
expensive or like they just don't understand the reason.
John,
Yes.
along with the business that you're planning to do, was it for the merger talk that we talked about putting something up on like the district page for people who couldn't make it?
The video, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so last year we actually did the video for the budget.
Okay.
Do that again. Remember we just made like a 2-minute clip or something? I'll look at that. Yeah.
Sure, Mr. Canfield would like to be involved in
Maybe you can bring Commissioner.
Use my phone.
Were you here for that?
No, I wasn't. It sounds like I was.
Yeah, we did that last year, man, on your suggestion, so we'll look at that again. I think it did help actually, getting that out there.
All right, nice job.
Thank you.
All right. Motion on the floor for approval of minutes from April 21st, 2026. Discussion. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Under Superintendent Recommendation, Human Resources, Staff Matters, Unclassified and Classified. Under Classified, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 7.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Under Classified, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 4.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Under Superintendent Recommendations, Programs, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 6.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Under Superintendent Recommendations, Business Finance, motion on the floor for consent agenda items 1 through 4.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Under Budget Vote and Election, motion on the floor for approval of item 1 as listed.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Under Board Resolution, motion on the floor for approval of item 1 as listed.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, district announcements. All future Board of Ed meetings will take place here at the middle school at 6 p.m. On May 20th, we will meet to certify the budget vote and election. June 3rd, we will host our retiree and tenured staff recognition. And on June 17th, we will honor our Troy High School honor grads through recognition here at our board meeting. From a budget perspective, we started meeting with the PTAs this week. So tomorrow, we will meet with School 18's PTA at 6 p.m. On May 12th, we will meet with School 16 and the Troy Middle School PTO and Troy Booster Club. On the 13th, we will meet at School 14's PTO. And on May 14th, we will meet School 2's PTO. And then we will have the budget vote on May 19th. Our polls are open from 7:30 to 8 p.m. And then if any of the board members can make any of the presentations, that would be great. Under Troy Triumphs, I just want to wish everyone a happy Teacher Appreciation Week. To all of our educators and everyone who touches our students, we sincerely appreciate you. A team of students from Troy Middle School competed against 15 other middle schools in the What's So Cool About Manufacturing contest for the first time this year, and they came home with the award for outstanding creativity. The students created a video featuring Ross Valve Manufacturing, based right here in Troy, that showcases the company's work and the career opportunities available to young people. It's amazing. 16 Troy High School seniors recently earned the New York State Seal of Biliteracy after presenting capstone projects to world language educators in various languages such as Greek, Spanish, Mandarin, to name a few. This recognition honors students proficient in English and another language. Kicking off our year-end honors and awards, Troy High School has announced the valedictorian will be Jerry Zhao, and our salutatorian is Jackson Murray for the class of 2026. We are so proud of all they have accomplished through their high school years and can't wait to see what the future holds. There are some exciting end-of-year events coming up. School 14 will celebrate its annual Multicultural Night on May 19th. And then later this month, we'll honor the annual National Honor Society induction ceremony and Junior Awards Night on May 21st, and celebrate the class of 2026 at class night on May 27th. Our spring concerts are continuing across the district in the coming days, with School 14 next up tomorrow night. School 16 will be on May 13th, the Troy Middle School on the 14th, Carroll Hill on the 18th, and Troy High on the 19th, with School 2 being the last one on the 20th. Does anyone have any other updates? Okay. Motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting? All those in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody.